in. Inside halfway of round number 11. John Ruiz, Donnell Nicholson for the IBO Heavyweight Championship, and this has been a very, very competitive fight. First part goes Ruiz, middle rounds probably Nicholson, and since then it's been back and forth.
Nice combination by Donnell Nicholson. Nice left jab by Donnell Nicholson. And Johnny Ruiz is forced to grab.
Nicholson continues to keep the pressure on. As you said, Ruiz has not taken very much of a step forward this round.
No.
Tries to shoot that right in there and just grazes the face. Norman Stone once again.
And Johnny Ruiz is cut under the left eye.
Blood on both sides.
Huey, the brutality of boxing.
All don't start.
Tough fight.
Yes. Good double jab coming in by Johnny Ruiz. Boy, that left eye has absolutely
closed.
Yes.
In the meantime, Donnell Nicholson with the better, harder, cleaner shots. And they're begging Johnny Ruiz to throw the right hand. He's just not letting it go. Nice right hand. And that may have been the punch that won him the round. I mean, good shot.
Very good, a competitive round.
Woo! Doesn't get any better than that.
We will have to see how our expert here at ringside, Harold Letterman, has scored through 11 as we wait with bated breath. His math has to improve, but I know his scoring is impeccable.
He cut two. I know he cut over there. I know. So we're just trying to get this the last time. Fucking unbelievable.
We can look at action round number 11. He walked right into that one.
Another angle of that right hand by Johnny Ruiz really hurt Donnell Nicholson.
You can't, John, you can't.
Harold's scorecard going into round number 12.
Okay, Huey, I see it. 105, 104, Donnell Nicholson, 6 rounds to 5. I thought John Ruiz pulled out that 11th round to make this very, very close. I mean, I really believe that this fight could go either way. Donnell Nicholson terribly bothered by that cut, and it's a darn close fight.
Both fighters going to let it all hang out here in round number 12. The IBO heavyweight belt sitting at ringside with the IBO officials, and of course after that the invitation to take on Larry Holmes, who will be taking on, as we said, Jesse Ferguson. Oh, Matt Mullaney almost got in the action there. Very good move by Matt.
The tape is starting to come loose on Donnell Nicholson's left glove. Let's see if Matt goes coming out.
Ruiz putting on the pressure.
Well, this is his last shot. Donnell Nicholson's left eye is completely closed. Johnny Ruiz could pull it out at this point.
Get a couple more right hands. He's just holding on as they do the grapple thing center ring. Nicholson trying to get the shots off here.
Nicholson is getting the shots off here. Well, let's see if Matt Mullaney calls time and has that glove tightened up.
No, he doesn't. Johnny Ruiz getting the encouragement from his corner. Most notably Norman Stone, working just as hard as Johnny Ruiz.
Begging Johnny Ruiz to get a shot off, but Donnell Nicholson lays a good left hook. Ruiz just in this round has done very, very little.
He holds on again. Yeah. We're in round number 12, which should be the deciding round. It would be a very, very tough fight to score midway through this final round. Nicholson's size at times has been an advantage, but Ruiz has shown a lot of heart, quickness, determination. But inside this round, it's been Donnell Nicholson getting the shots off. Quick jab by Ruiz, though.
Boy, Nicholson's eye is awful. Nicholson should be lucky. This is not a 15-round fight. And, you know, the IBO wants to bring back 15-round fights, but Nicholson could never go 3 more rounds with that left eye.
No. And with that in mind, they might have stopped it even earlier.
I think certainly Emanuel Stewart had a lot to do with helping Donnell Nicholson in this fight, because that left eye is bad.
Inside 45 here, round number 12, the deciding round. Donnell Nicholson in the white trunks, badly splattered by his own blood, and Johnny Ruiz trying to keep the pressure on. Nicholson turns him around, Delaney quickly steps in before things got a little too out of hand. Right hand by Ruiz. Not a lot of smoke on that one.
They told John Ruiz to keep throwing right hands because obviously Nicholson can't see him coming. But so far, I think it's been a good round for Donnell Nicholson.
Inside 15, Johnny Ruiz putting on the last surges. Donnell Nicholson looking to win his first world title. Inside 10 seconds. Johnny Ruiz, Donnell Nicholson. This will be interesting as we go to the judges' scorecard. A very, very competitive heavyweight bout. Norman Stone going after Matty Stewart. Oh, boy, oh, boy. We're going to check it with Harold's scorecard. Once again, we must reiterate that it is unofficial. Wow, that was a really terrific heavyweight 12-rounder.
About who the winner is. They both deserve a round of applause. Having a hand for John Ruiz and Donnell Nicholson.
Donnell Nicholson, John Ruiz. 36 minutes of pure heavyweight beef going at each other. We're going to check in with Harold's scorecard, and you're going to make a case for this one, Harold. Go ahead.
Well, Huey, listen, I've started riots before, but I'm going to go with the big guy. 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5, Donnell Nicholson. I just think that, in the late rounds, he was too big, too strong. Johnny Ruiz started off real well in the first 3 rounds. Then all of a sudden, Donnell Nicholson picked up the pace, grabbed the next 4 in a row. Johnny Ruiz had a good 8th round, but then once again, Donnell Nicholson grabbed the next 2, and he certainly won a 12th round, but with the better, cleaner shots that grabbed the judges' eyes. He was just a cleaner puncher, the harder puncher, and Johnny Ruiz after the 3rd round just wasn't as busy as he should have been. He had a terrific start, but I think the size and the experience of Donnell Nicholson were too much for John Ruiz, who really made a great showing for a guy that took this fight at the last minute.
115, 113, the unofficial scorecard by the man who he says has started many riots, Harold Lederman. The judge is sometimes the most unpopular gentleman at ringside.
There's no such thing as a gracious loser, so they take it out on a judge every time.
So we get a look at Donnell Nicholson. Feels very strongly about his victory here. A lot of times this is just political posturing, as they really have nothing to say about it. But that eye is going to take about a good 6-8 weeks to get the swelling down, that cut healed. He's going to be out of at least any duty sparring for a while.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have to wonder whether he's going to be ready for Larry Holmes on October the 19th by the looks of that eye. It's going to take a while to heal, there's no doubt.
Yeah. It's
got to be stitched, and that swelling's got to come down. I believe he's going to spend the night in the hospital tonight with that eye. Without question, an ophthalmologist is going to have to look at it.
A very, very terrific 12 rounds of action. Heavyweights, there's a look at John Ruiz and his handlers, who very, very proud of their effort. Is Jimmy Lennon Jr. up there. The ring announcer is gathering the judges' scorecard, and I believe we are now ready for the official call. Let's check in with Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision, and here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Feldman scores about 115 to 113 in favor of John Ruiz. Judge at ringside, O'Brien scores about 118 to 110 in favor of Donnell Nicholson. And judge at ringside, Steve Epstein scores about 115, 113 in favor of the winner of the IBO Heavyweight Championship, Donnell Nicholson.
Not a very popular decision. Donnell Nicholson winning a split decision.
Well, Hugh, I'll tell you something. I agree with the IBF judge, Steve Epstein. He comes from Connecticut. He's a terrific judge. I had it exactly the same way. 115, 113. Donnell, he's a big puncher. He's a big man. Johnny Ruiz gave it his best shot, but certainly, he should have been more aggressive. But I think 118, 110 for Nicholson was a little bit too wide.
I scratched my head on that one. John Ruiz, a very popular fighter in the New England area, getting the crowd's attention. And we'll be checking in with the victor, Donnell Nicholson.